Rockstar Gang, what up, what up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Happy Friday to you. Appreciate everyone in here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you pound that like button. Read what's going down on the bottom of this clicker. Number one, pound that like button. Number two, subscribe to the channel. Number three, get in the chat. Love to hear y'all's comments. Number four, smash that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. All the things that I'm telling you to do are all free, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Made myself a nice little cocktail before tonight's live stream. So thank you for the continued support. By the way, P.S. become a member today as well. All right. Appreciate everyone in here. Man, happy Friday. Long work week. Long work week. I tell you. Starting a new job this week, and it's been nuts, but hey, here we are. We're here at 8:30 on a Friday night to talk to you about some Carolina Panthers football. Maybe we'll open up the chat tonight. I got a nice little PowerPoint for you. Like, we're going to dive into this bad boy today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this whole game, front to back. Appreciate everyone in here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. It made me, by the way, if you're wondering what's in the cup, made me a nice little Moscow Mule with Tito's. I have a little recipe going on with making these lately. Little Tito's. All right. Let's beat the cheese. Michael Ropp comes in. Let's see who's in the chat. Marcos Cash comes in. What up, Panther Nation? Subscribe. Latest news and updates and analysts on the Carolina Panthers. Don't forget to show your love, support by pounding that like button on your way in. Monday, Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Marcos Cash. Keep pounding. Forest Kitty. Forest City Kitty. Julian. Hi, people. Mr. Hunky Dory says, howdy, TGIF from Tampa. Go Cats, go. All right, Mr. Hunky Dory, what up, what up? Marco's doing his thing. All right, Michael Ropp, who are the actual inactives for this game? Only there is a lot of questionables. Let's beat the Chiefs. Keep pounding. Let's beat them. Are we seriously considering Daniel Jones? You know, I made a PowerPoint presentation, and that was one of the slides I left out because honestly, I'm not even going to talk about it. I have a short coming out, Brad, that's going to talk about this. I really don't want to talk about it. I'd rather just not think about it at all, to be honest with you. I hope this is not something that's seriously being considered. To me, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we are at this point. Okay. But I hope not. I hope that we're not considering this. I seriously hope not. I hope Daniel Jones stays far away from Charlotte, North Carolina as possible. Joshua, is Jonathan Brooks playing? Yes. From my understanding, he is the backup to Chuba Hubbard right now, and it sounds like Dave Canales is going to give him some reps, and they're not going to they're going to throw him in there for sure. Dan Morgan House are fools if they even kick the tires on Danny. Yeah. I don't see the point in them going after Daniel Jones. Like, sure, if you want to bring him in as a backup because maybe Andy Dalton goes out, but other than that, this guy's not going to come here and be a starting quarterback. I don't want his contract either. I don't know how his contract works. I don't know how his contract's going to work because of the him being released. So I don't know how the contracts work with him being released. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. I am trying to get this last thing pulled up here from I'm trying to pull up this PowerPoint presentation. Give me 1 second here. It's giving me some trouble. What are you doing? Let me see if this works. Let me see if this is the problem. Maybe I just need to do a little refresh here. Maybe I just need to do a little refresh. You know what I mean? That's all. Scooby, you are chewing on that bone, boy. If y'all hear my dog in the background and it sounds like chewing noise, that's my dog. He's chewing on his bone. All right. And then I need one more thing. So, let's see here. Sorry about this. Here we go. Last thing here. Booyah. I hope not either. Yeah. Okay. What wide receivers are we playing? We'll go through the inactives. Y'all didn't give us a chance. Y'all didn't give us a chance, Clay. Caligari needs a QB Jones like the Colts. The betting odds are plus 170 for the Panthers to pick him up. That's crazy. Andy, Brad, what's up? That's crazy. Eric, you're talking Eric Blair. You're talking about the NFC South. We'll talk more about it, man. We'll talk more about it. We lose. I'm blaming Clay first. Blame me, man. If you got to blame anybody, come to me. All right, that's okay. I'll take the heat. I think Jones is done starting in the NFL. The Chiefs just said Pacheco's not playing. Yeah, he's out. Brad, stop scaring me, or I'm going to tell my mom Jones is not coming to Carolina. Y'all are on one tonight. I appreciate y'all being here, man. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream, man. Make sure y'all do me a favor, smash that like button. Obviously, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, if you want to take a little bit step further, make sure you share the live and become a member today. Those are really huge things. Like, y'all don't understand how huge it is if you share the live and become a member. That's even bigger than liking and almost that's like taking the extra step of liking and subscribing. All right, I got this PowerPoint presentation done, and I'm going to pull it up now. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. For some reason, it just wanted to be funky, and you know what? We got it all. And we'll go over as well we'll go look at the inactives. I did not make an injury report PowerPoint or slide. So we'll just have to go look at that here shortly. Let me move this over here. Appreciate y'all guys' patience. Sorry about that. We should be good to go. All right, let's go look at the inactives first before we get into all of this. We're going to get to know the Kansas City Chiefs very well today. I've made a PowerPoint slide for them as well. Based off the injury report. So here it is on Friday. Nah, that's not what I want. Hold on. Here's the full injury report. So here's your full injury report. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to go about right here. So here's your full injury report. You got Miles Sanders. Obviously, he's going to be out to the ankle. Damian Lewis, full participation, good to go. A-Shot Robinson, full participation, good to go. Jadeveon Clowney's questionable, but he was a full participation. So I think he's going to, I would think he's going to play. Amari Bono's limited. I don't think he's obviously going to play. Full participation. Ike Ekwano's good to go. I think JC Horn, it sounds like from my understanding, I mean, at least from my understanding, he's playing. All right. It sounds like he is playing. So yeah, I don't know. Adam Thielen's expected to play. It seems like. Let's see. They expect Jonathan Brooks to play. Eddie Pinheiro is questionable, but he'll suit up as well. Taylor Moton's good to go. DJ Wanham's good to go. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Coker's quadricep, but it seems to me that there are going to be, I know that is that Isaiah Pacheco and I think Charles Amanihu will be out. Both of those guys will be out. But I know Shermani, Connor, Cook, Hunt, and Schuster are playing. So as of right now, from what my understanding is only people that might not be playing in this game are not for sure playing in this game is Miles Sanders, Amari Barno. I think DJ Johnson. I don't think he's clear concussion protocol, so I don't think he's going to be available. Jonathan Brooks is going to be good. Tim will be fine. DJ Wan will be good. The only one I'm very unsure of is Jalen Coker. That's the only one I'm very unsure of if he's playing because, as you can see, did not participate. So I don't know what the status is on Jalen Coker. We could go on Twitter real quick, and we could go and check it out. Let me see if I can find anything else. Let's see if Mike K's got anything up on Twitter to see if he's announced anything that nobody's playing. Questionable. LeBron Wade's questionable. DJ Wanham's questionable. I mean, I don't know. You going to do a live reaction to the game this Sunday? I might. I don't know yet. I'm supposed to go over to my mom's house, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to do a post-game show for sure. Miles Sanders, ankle out. Eddie Pinheiro, left knee. See, Mike K's basically got the same thing. It sounds like a lot of this stuff. It sounds like a lot of this injury report, man, is game time decisions almost. It sounds like most of these guys are game time decisions based off what I'm seeing from Mike K. I'm looking at Joe Persons. Like all these guys are saying most likely, like all these guys are saying that it's going to be, let's see what Joe Persons got going on over here. Says Pinheiro is definitely going to play. Jonathan Brooks for sure playing. I don't know. It doesn't say who's going to play and who's not going to play. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but you know what? I'm going to bring it up anyways. I'm going to bring it up anyways. Screw it. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm going to. Daniel Jones, right? This whole Daniel Jones thing, man. It makes no sense to me. Clay, did you give us a better point spread? The point spread, I think right now, we can go look at BetUS, but let's talk about this. We'll talk more about the point spread here in a second. This whole thing about going after Daniel Jones makes no sense to me whatsoever. First off, okay, people are like saying, "Oh, he's a Jake Delhomme 2.0." You know, all this stuff, or we're going to get him in this offseason, or we're going to get him now. You know, should we even be looking at this guy? Like, no. Like, no. There is no reason for the Carolina Panthers to go take a look at Daniel Jones. No one, not one whatsoever. In what world does this make sense to anyone? In what world? What are you going to do with this guy? You think he's going to turn into Jacob Delhomme 2.0? Honestly, that is disrespectful to Jake Delhomme. For a city kitty? It is. It's very disrespectful, man. Like, what is Daniel Jones going to do for you? What is he gonna do? What is he worth to the Carolina Panthers, man? He ain't worth diddly squat. I'd take Sam Darnold, Domo, over Daniel Jones any day of the week. I would take freaking I would take Sam Darnold over Daniel Jones any day of the week, ladies and gentlemen. And there's no way you could there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it that I would take Daniel Jones or I would take Sam Darnold over Daniel Jones. You see what Daniel Jones is doing, or you see what Sam Darnold's doing in Minnesota? Huh? You see what Daniel Jones is doing in Minnesota? I can tell you right now. Because here's the thing. This is the guy that who just got his walking papers from the New York Giants after he delivered a master class. Okay, first off, this is a guy that just got benched to losing to us. And then he just did this whole master class of why he wanted to be released. He did his whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. The Carolina should not under any circumstances waste even a passing thought on signing Daniel Jones. As a bridge, of course. Yes. Understandable. Okay. And that's so funny because I wasn't even going to talk about this because obviously it's been thrown around us. I wasn't even going to talk about it, but I guess I am. Now I'm going to have to add this into not the title. Maybe I should add it into the title. Maybe I should edit the title now. Keys to victory. And then we'll put Danny Dimes. To Carolina. Question mark. We'll have to change it now to Danny Dimes to Carolina. Question mark. We'll go Panther, and instead we'll do Panthers versus Chiefs. Preview and predictions, key to victory, Danny Dimes to Carolina. Save changes. Stream must be scheduled in the future. Oh, well, guess what? That's what we're going to rock with. Might have to change this. We'll have to change this title. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe later. But again, it's too funny. It's too funny that they're even bringing this up. I think. I don't see the point of even bringing this up at all, honestly. At all. And I am changing the title as of right now as we speak. Just changed it. Absolutely just changed it. Which is funny. Yep. Just changed it. If you can see it now. If y'all refresh your screen, it says Panthers versus Chiefs previews, predictions, keys of victory, Danny Dimes, Carolina. So now I had to change it. I had to. Because I really wasn't going to talk about this. But now it's just like people are asking about it in the chat. We went over the injury reports already, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in. Okay. But here's the thing. Not now, not later, not ever. Yeah, I know it would be kind of funny. The same Panthers team that practically shoved Jones off the cliff with his performance in Munich, Germany, is now in the position to pick him up off the street. It's hilarious. You know, is it smart? Absolutely not. Daniel Jones is not the answer. He's barely even a question mark, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be real. Daniel Jones didn't just hit a wall this season. This is a guy we're talking about who fully face planted into it. The New York Giants, who invested $160 million on him, decided after one disastrous showing in Munich that they had enough. They're going to cut bait and then keep this shipwreck afloat. Jones was benched, then booted. That's the NFL equivalent, ladies and gentlemen, of being dumped via text. You ever been dumped via text? You ever been dumped by some girl or guy, whatever? We got some via text. I'm sure you have. Like, and now some are whispering, probably just out of sheer boredom, right? That the Panthers should take a flyer on Jones. Maybe it's North Carolina connection with him being a Duke product, but nonchalant isn't a good enough reason to drag him into the building. Like, the Panthers have one job right now: prioritize Bryce Young's development. Not entertain some has-been quarterback who's been in the league, 5 years, 6 years now? Who's been tossed out like last week's trash. Daniel Jones wouldn't bring a damn thing to this team. The Panthers are in a rebuild phase, and Young, the rookie quarterback that they have staked their future for, needs every snap he can get. You don't stunt a potential franchise quarterback's growth by bringing in a guy whose biggest highlight this year was becoming a walking meme. But what if Young gets hurt, you might ask? Fair question. That's why Panthers already have Andy freaking Dalton. That's the quintessential break glass in case of emergency quarterback. Dalton is steady. I'd rather have Andy Dalton than Daniel Jones. Dalton is steady. He's capable. He knows how to handle the clipboard without looking like he's auditioning for a daytime soap opera. If both Young and Dalton were somehow sidelined, even then it wouldn't make sense to call Jones. At that point, you just throw Jack Plummer or whoever's floating around out there and let those losses just pile up for a better draft pick. Like, the irony isn't worth the stupidity. Let's entertain the idea for just, if you want to entertain the idea just for a second, that's fine. It would be darkly comedic, wouldn't it? It'd be comedy. The Panthers ruined Jones' season in Munich, essentially pushed the Giants to cut him, then turn around and make him their backup. The headlines write themselves. But let's not confuse comedy with competency. Bringing Jones in would just send all the wrong message. This guy isn't an answer to anybody's problems right now. I've heard that maybe that the Dallas Cowboys might go after him, but that would make no sense. I'd rather have Cooper Rush. Not even the most desperate teams are going to be lining up for him. And that's because Daniel Jones has become the poster child for mediocrity, masked as potential. It's like buying a used car with "trust me" scribbled all over the windshield. Sure, it ran fine for a few years or two, but now it's coughing up smoke and it won't make it to the corner store. Won't even make it to the corner store. Like, it makes no sense to me. What's up, Dougie Fresh? What's up, Dougie Fresh? But like, some NFL analysts floated the idea that Jones could be an option for the Panthers next year. Seriously, why? Because they enjoy punishing this fan base. Like, the Panthers don't need another reclamation project. They need to focus on the tools that they already have and maybe hire an exorcist for David Tepper. I don't know. So here's the bottom line. Daniel Jones is a hard pass. Not now, not next year, not ever. The Panthers don't need the headache, the distraction, the embarrassment of hitching their wagon to a quarterback who can't even stay on the field, let alone lead a team. Save your money, save the time, and for the love of the God in football, save us all from watching another train wreck unfold. Case closed. Move on. Sayonara. See you later. All you dumb fucks that think that this would ever be even worth a damn. Jones being replaced with a penguin. Jones is being replaced with an Italian mafia member, if I'm not mistaken. Tommy Cutlets, man. I'd take Tommy Cutlets over Daniel Jones myself. I would take, who else they got over there? Drew Lock. I'd take Drew Lock over Daniel Jones. Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. It's all it is Duke fans wanting this kid. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Say it again. For the dumb motherfuckers. I don't care. He is a North Carolina native. Exactly. We don't care that he's a North Carolina native, ladies and gentlemen. We don't give a rat's ass. That does not matter to me if the guy went to Duke, North Carolina, NC State, East Carolina. I don't care. Oh, I have not watched The Penguin, by the way, Mr. Hunky Dory. Must be pretty good. A lot of people have been ranting and raving about it. Might have to check that out. Roadmaster available to start. Yeah. Is that where we're going? We're gonna have to call up Roadmaster to come start for the Carolina Panthers. Oh shit. Here we go. Know your enemy, man. That's the best thing that we can do is get to know our enemy. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Here's the thing. The Kansas City Chiefs are rolling into town Sunday, 9-1, tied for the best in football, and they're pissed off. Fresh off their first loss of the season, a 30-21 reality check, courtesy of guess who? The Buffalo Bills. Now, the Chiefs are looking to remind everyone why they've been the league's overlords for years, right? What do you want, dude? I see you. Now, Patrick Mahomes called the loss fuel, saying we feel like we can play better, so we'll get back to work and try to use this as a spark so we can be a better football team in the end. Translation is that the Chiefs are pissed and someone's about to pay for it. The Panthers are fresh off back-to-back wins and a bye week, which I wish we weren't coming off a bye week. I think we would have a better chance not being on a bye week, but we needed it. We definitely needed the rest, but would love to be the ones to keep the Chiefs in their feelings. And it's crazy to me that we, coming off this bye week, we have this major list of an injury report. By the way, I'm just saying. All right. Might be getting a little off track here. Okay. All right. It's fire. Clay finished it in one day on yesterday. Oh man, bro, I'll take a right, unless it's Drake May. If it was Drake May, I hop all over it. Rob Walk, oh shit, late night ClayRopp. Yeah, we might have to make this the late night show. We'll call it the late night show with Clay. Or the late night I don't know. Rob Star After Dark, I don't know. Late night show with the Ropp Star gang. I don't know. We'll have to come up with something. Okay, Panther Nation. Headed to a family barbecue. Be safe. Have a blessed weekend. See y'all Sunday. Spank the Chiefs cheeks. Keep pounding. Yes, sir, Marcos. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy that barbecue. All right, let's get right into it. Let's get to know the Kansas City Chiefs a little bit more. All right. So basically, we're coming off again back-to-back wins, bye week, which, like I said, I wish we were not coming off the bye week. I know we needed it, even though this freaking injury report to me is so it's so crazy that we have this much of injuries even coming off the bye week. That, this is the time where these guys are supposed to heal up. But here's the thing. Let's not sugarcoat this. Kansas City isn't just a challenge. It's a dang buzzsaw, man. It's a damn buzzsaw. They got a top 6 defense. They're a top 6 offense still. This team's NFL version. This is the NFL version of the final boss, right? Like, when we talk about the NFL version of the final boss, you got to talk about the Mahomes factor, ladies and gentlemen. The Mahomes factor, like, good luck with that. You can talk about the Chiefs without starting and ending with Patrick Mahomes. The guy is a walking cheat code, 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP. He's not just great. He's whatever is better than great. All right. Mahomes can beat you any ways he wants. You want a physical war? He'll outmuscle everyone with just sheer determination. You want finesse? He'll deliver passes that look like they came straight out of Madden's glitch library. Need a game changer? He's more than happy to dink and dunk his way down the field like Tom Brady. Okay? All right? And I mean that in Tom Brady in his prime. Here's the thing. The scary part is, okay? The scary part is right now it's the boring version of Mahomes we're seeing. The methodological, the surgical one, but that's the most dangerous one. Sure, he'll throw in a no-look pass or a backyard football scramble just to mess with you. But when he locks in on a defense's weakness, it's game over. It's game over. Even the Panthers cornerback, J.C. Horn, knows what's coming. He came out and said, and I quote, he can get surgical. Can Tom Brady it? Just nickel and dime it up the field. That's what J.C. Horn said this week. He's the best in the league for a reason. So we just got to tighten up our details even more and find a way to win. Well, you're not the one I'm worried about, J.C. Horn. I'm more worried about Caleb Farley, Dane Jackson, Mike Jackson. Those are the guys I'm more worried about. Charles Smith-Wade. J.C. Horn, you've done your due diligence. Can someone else help you, right? It's easier said than done, JC, because through 10 games, Mahomes, as you can see, has thrown for over 2,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, this is not even his best ratio, and he's still deadly. But you know why? I'll tell you here in a second. He's also taken 22 sacks because, let's face it, his offensive line has been a bit shaky, especially on that left-hand side. All right. Don't forget, he's the team's second leading rusher with 167 yards and a rushing touchdown. All right. But here's the reason why this team is 9-1 and they find ways to win. It's that guy right there. It's that guy right there. This offense is not flashy, but it's still lethal, ladies and gentlemen. It is still lethal. Okay. Like, this Chiefs offense isn't the high-flying juggernaut we've seen in the past. Let's not kid ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. They're still dangerous as hell. Andy Reid's playbook remains the stuff of defensive coordinator nightmares. It's a balanced attack. It's splitting the load between pass game and rushing attack. Their ground game is back in Kansas City, filling in for the injured Isaiah Pacheco, it's been solid. In just 7 games, Hunt has racked up over 509 yards, averaging 3.7 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns. It's not mind-blowing numbers, but it's enough to keep defenses honest. Like, Reid played coy with reporters this week about Pacheco's status. All right. But Pacheco is obviously out. The air attack through the air. It's still Mahomes Kelce show. Travis Kelce at the beginning of the season started off slow, but he now just has been on fire. 62 receptions, over 507 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sure, those aren't his usual jaw-dropping numbers, but he's still the guy that Mahomes trusts the most when it matters. Kelce has converted 29 first downs this season, making him a reliable chain mover, even when he's not racking up touchdowns. And let's not overlook the Kansas City depth. They might not have prime Tyreek Hill anymore, but they got Xavier Worthy. They also got DeAndre Hopkins, right? Mahomes spreads the ball around to keep defenses guessing. But let's talk about their defense. I mean, Steve Spagnuolo, man, has done one hell of a job over there. I got to give the guy kudos. Right? They don't let the offense steal all the spotlight. Like, the Chiefs defense is legit because of Steve Spagnuolo. Okay? He's legit as a great defensive coordinator. All right? And so they're ranked again, top 6. They've been carrying more weight than usual this season. With the pass rush that'll make a quarterback sweat, a secondary that capitalizes on mistakes, this unit is every bit as terrified as Mahomes and company. The bottom line is this game is a legitimate test for the Carolina Panthers. Like, can they hang with the league's elite? The Chiefs aren't invincible, ladies and gentlemen. They've got cracks. All right. And in their armor. From an inconsistent offensive line to a less of an explosive offense, but they still win games. It's because of Andy Reid. But you better believe that they're still the team to beat here. Right? Like, for the Panthers, this is about playing a perfect game. Every mistake, missed tackle, blown coverage will cost them. For the Chiefs, it's about proving that the Bills game was a fluke and reminding everyone who runs this league. But really, how can you do that against a team that's 3? What are we, 3-7 now at this point? We're 3-7 coming off the bye. So really, how can you sit here and say, well, the Bills game was a fluke? You'd have to beat someone in the same caliber as the Buffalo Bills, as bad as the Bills beat you. So you really can't say it's a fluke, right? The Chiefs aren't just coming to town, though. They're coming to make a statement. They are going to come here to make a statement. But it's not going to prove that that Bills game was any fluke. So let's make that perfectly clear. What up, CJ? Appreciate you joining. What's up, Antonio? Appreciate you joining, man. Appreciate you coming in here. I didn't see you see your comment. Appreciate you going. If we can stop the offense and we get rid of the shell coverage, right? Yeah, keep going. Antonio, what's up, man? I'm glad I got your comments in here. Like, subscribe, share the stream. Appreciate you, Antonio. Panthers pride, keep pounding. We got I think it's Trap. I'm just gonna say it's Trap X. That's what we're gonna call him. Trap X. That's what we're gonna call you. This game will be about the trenches. Absolutely, Doug. Absolutely. CJ from Two Fans. What's up, man? Appreciate you joining. And they won't throw JC's direction. They won't. That's why his numbers are so low. But that's why he has the highest. He's first in completion rating, only allowing 42.9%. Man, it's huge. Maybe we'll shut down Andy Reid, seem like we did in 2003 conference championship. That would be nice. We gonna win. ... I'm predicting a close win for us. Wow. CJ says, I got a feeling. I think this game will be the roadmap for Carolina going into the draft, and we will see what we really got. Yes, we have injuries, but what can we do with what we have against the top tier team? We shall see. Austin, right. What's up, man? Appreciate you joining. We in here, Austin, Roadmaster. All right. Austin getting his rounds in. Mike Jackson needs a safety over the top on every single play. That's what I'm saying, CJ. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. And by the way, CJ, you know who that safety should be? Damani Richardson. Just saying. Just saying. Shouldn't be Jordan Fuller. But what do I know? The Bills can always beat them in the regular season, but can't do it in the playoffs. That's absolutely true, Doug. That's why I'm also saying it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. Carolina Panthers defense preview. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. All right, this defense is facing a test. It's a daunting one. And it's welcome with a good luck card. The Kansas City Chiefs, again, they're pissed off, man. They're pissed off. So for this defense, it started to show life or signs of life lately. Like Patrick Mahomes against the Buffalo Bills, he had 2 picks and under 200 passing yards. So believe he's ready to come to torch someone. Unfortunately for the Panthers, we're that someone. But again, this defense is going to need more than just improvement. They're going to need a damn miracle. So step one for them, you got to contain Mahomes. That I get. Again, I know that's easier said than done. But Patrick Mahomes is a freaking problem. Let's not kid ourselves. The Panthers pass rush, ever since DJ Wanham has come back, that's been the closest thing we've seen as a good pass rush. We rank near the bottom of the league in sacks and pressure. This unit has struggled all year to get to the quarterback. Sure, you got DJ Wanham back. Mari Bono returned to practice, but what has Amari Bono ever done? And again, so they're healthier, but let's be real. Health won't magically turn this group into the fucking 85 Bears. Like, Mahomes thrives when the pocket collapses because he can navigate through chaos better than anyone else. All right. He stands tall in the pocket very well. He can scramble and throw a laser across his body. He can backyard bullshit that somehow works. But here's the thing. You're going to have to assign linebackers like Trevin Wallace or Josie Jewell. I think you're going to have to put a spy on Mahomes. Like, it won't be pretty, but slowing him down every little might keep him from turning this game into a highlight reel of massacre. All right. Step 2, handle Kelce, or at least try not to get humiliated, because Travis Kelce, even at 34, is still an absolute pain in the ass for defense, right? After a slow start to the season, he's starting to heat up again. So sure, the Bills held him to a pathetic 2 catches for 8 yards last week. But does anyone really believe that that'll happen 2 weeks in a row? Probably not. Probably not. So again, it's like I said, like the Panthers need to prepare for Kelce to play like a man possessed. Like Carolina best hope that lies in J.C. Horn, who will likely shadow receivers, but could slide over to Kelce if the Chiefs start scheming him open. If not, then it's going to be probably Trevin Wallace, who's going to be in this trial by fire. Kelce has made a career of embarrassing gun defenders. So unless Wallace channels some vintage Thomas Davis energy, think physical, relentless coverage, it's going to get ugly fast. Like, seriously, Evero, please don't let Kelce walk all over you, because you're the one who's going to have to systematically make this happen. Step 3, stop the run or get trampled. Like, here's the thing. I understand that the Chiefs are known for Mahomes slinging it. This year's offense has leaned more on the ground game, though. Like, don't get it twisted, though. It's not exactly terrifying. Like, injuries have forced the Chiefs to rotate between Kareem Hunt, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and neither has been lighting up the world on fire. Their 3.9 yards per carry ranks 29th in the league. So, which is basically a flashing neon sign. You can stop us here. So here's the thing. The Panthers' rush defense has been shaky for most of this season. Has a golden opportunity to hold the Chiefs in check. Locking down the run game won't just neutralize the Chiefs' backfield. It'll force Mahomes to carry the offense solo. And while Mahomes can obviously handle that, making Kansas City one-dimensional could at least make it slightly easier to manage the passing attack. But if the Panthers let Hunt or Edwards rip off big runs, forget it. This game will spiral out of control faster than you can say blown coverage. The bottom line here is, from a defensive standpoint, it's a long shot. Let's be blunt. This matchup heavily favors the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes is elite. Kelce is a dangerous man. And even with their flaws, this Chiefs offense is capable of wrecking games in the minutes. But the Panthers defense has to play a near perfect game, pressure Mahomes, keep Kelce contained, shut down the run to have a chance of staying competitive. Is that likely? I don't know. I've seen crazier things happen in the NFL. All right. I've seen crazier things happen in the NFL, but the Panthers can somehow frustrate Mahomes, limit big plays, turn this into a slugfest. They might have a shot. If not, well, let's just hope the offense shows up, or this could be a long, ugly afternoon. So that's my defensive preview. Let's move on. Offensive preview. Okay. Offensive preview. First things first. Bryce Young. You got to show up big. Let's start with the obvious. Bryce Young has to play well. Not rookie, sophomore trying his best well. actually well. Like this Chiefs run defense is a brick wall. They're only allowing just 3.6 yards per carry. Second best in the NFL. That means Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks are probably going to have to be leaned on more, but they're going to be leaned on more in this game, but they're going to have to also elevate their game and perform. And this is first game of Jonathan Brooks back. So we'll see what happens with him. But this is a game on Bryce. This is a chance for him, like I said yesterday. I told y'all yesterday on my live stream that this is a game for Bryce Young to really prove himself among the elite. This is his chance to prove himself among the elite. This is a game for him to really showcase that he belongs here in Carolina. If he wants to become that franchise guy and solidify his legacy here, that's what we were talking about yesterday, I don't need him to go out here and win this game. When I say solidify his legacy, I need to see him go out there and make us competitive enough to compete with this team. So to answer your question, CJ, yeah, he can. He can prove himself if we lose. In my opinion, he can. If he goes out there and plays a good game and keeps us competitive against the Kansas City Chiefs, and we don't go out there and get blown out, yeah, I think he can prove himself. I think he can. Even if he loses. Even if he loses. So, yeah. I definitely think he can. And I said that yesterday on my live stream. If y'all checked it out yesterday when we talked about solidifying his legacy. If he wants to continue to try to be the Carolina Panthers starting quarterback and possibly the future, this is a game that really he can prove himself. He can really prove himself. Okay. Let me fix this real quick. Is the bubble better? No, this just does this. Okay. Let's go with the bubble. I like the bubble better. Yeah, Doug, I mean, you said he's going to be in a pitch count, but from an interview from Dave Canales today, it sounds like he won't. So I'm surprised that. But we'll see. I mean, again, Dave Canales could just be bullshitting us for all we know. I don't know. But again, he's like Bryce is going to have to convert those third and long situations. Move the chains through the air. Likely under constant pressure. Like this Chiefs defense led by Steve Spagnuolo excels at disguising coverages and confusing quarterbacks. So if Bryce doesn't keep his head on a swivel and stay sharp, it's going to be a long day. I think it's also going to come down to Dave Canales' play calling. He's going to have to be creative. We cannot be playing this vanilla baby back bullshit that we've been seeing. Dave Canales has to be creative when it comes to this offense. Like I said, it cannot be this baby back bullshit, vanilla bean latte offense that we've been seeing. Okay? Because I think some of his play calling lately has been questionable as best and predictable. It's almost Frank Wright worthy. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it is. Right? You know, I'm hoping for more out of Dave Canales. I think that, Dave Canales needs to open up the playbook. But I also think he needs to pass the play calling along to Brad Ezek. I'm tired of watching him controlling the game, trying to control the play calling, manage the clock, and manage the game all at the same time. I mean, he's doing it better than Frank Wright did it. I'll give him that. But, like, my goodness, man, it's time you brought Brad Ezek here for a reason. How is this guy ever going to become an OC if you don't even give him the chance to call plays? Who knows? Brad Ezek might have add some creativity to this offense. I don't know. But if Bryce doesn't, again, Bryce is going to have to convert on those third down longs, move the chains through the air. Is he likely going to be under pressure? I don't know. I'm interested to see how this offensive line holds up against Karlaftis and Chris Jones and those guys up on the front. They got a great linebacker pour in Leo Chanel. I think it's Chanel or Chanel. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Nick Bolton is also a stud. So it's going to be interesting how that linebacker core kind of keeps an eye on Bryce. Again, Spagnuolo thrives on disguising coverages and confusing quarterbacks. So, again, Bryce is going to have to keep his head on a swivel, make smart decisions, and stay sharp, or it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. So, another thing I need to see out of this offense is you got to score early. Or don't score at all. Like, here's the deal. Like, with the Chiefs, like, they love to shut teams down in the second half. They're only allowing 8.1 second half points per game. So, tied for the fourth best in the league. So, we're going to have to score early and often. And that's not a coincidence that they're doing it. It's because that's Spagnuolo's bread and butter. He figures out what your offense wants to do when it completely chokes the life out of it. Basically, what Spagnuolo does is he lets you go down the field and score. Sometimes he lets teams go down there and score to see what you're going to do. And then once he figures you out, he adjusts it. And then it's really, you're going to have to get more creative. And then you're going to have to adjust to him. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes Spagnuolo such a good defensive coordinator. He can make a lot of disguises. He can adjust. So the Panthers going to have to come out swinging, and he put points on the board early and often. A couple first half touchdowns are non-negotiable. Like, if they want any shot at keeping up with this team has been notoriously slow out the gate this all season. So I expect them to. I'm hoping that they'll flip the switch against one of the best defenses in the league. I know that's asking for a lot. And I know I should just be saying, yeah, good luck with that, but that's my expectations if they even want to have a chance. Another thing is mistakes are going to kill you. Like, the Chiefs aren't just good. They aren't just good. They're opportunistic. They're Mr. Opportunistic. Like, if I had to compare the Chiefs to a WWE, like to a WWE character, it'd be Edge, Mr. Opportunistic. That's who they are. They have this almost mythical ability to capitalize on every single mistake their opponents make. Fumbles, interceptions, boneheaded penalties. Mahomes and company will turn that into 7 points faster than you can say what the hell just happened. CJ, that's fucking awesome. Black Patrick Starfish. We might have his chance. Wow. Oh, man. We cannot be predictable. We must be aggressive. A passive game with automatically meaningless. Let's see what we got here. We have to get a minimum of 28 points. Absolutely. We have to ground and pound on Sunday. Yep. And then dink and dunk, probably. Our line's gotta win the battle in the trenches. I think they will, man. I have a good feeling about this offensive line. I think they're going to do their thing. It's really about the other play. It's really about Bryce and this running backs and these skill players, stepping up. Not like Randy Orton with the RKO. I don't know. Edge was Mr. Opportunistic, man. Every time that motherfucker won that damn Money in the Bank, that dude always be out there freaking cashing in. Every second he could get, especially when he was with Lita. Oh my God, I remember those days. With Eddie P being injured, we have to push for TDs. Canals cannot afford to play a short yard game. He has to open it up. Absolutely. We get way too many false starts and holding flags. Yeah, we're going to have to minimize those penalties. Ike Ekwonu is one of them. That fool Eddie P got hurt celebrating the dub last week. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. He's not very smart, is he? Eddie slipped the ping pong. Slipped on the ping pong. It's fucked up. RKO out of nowhere. That's awesome. Randy Orton is definitely one of my favorites of all time, for sure. For sure. But again, for a Panthers team that has been anything but clean this season, ladies and gentlemen, this is terrifying news because we've seen Bryce Young throw interceptions. We've seen the false starts, which, the drive killers, the penalties. We cannot afford any of that on Sunday, okay? They need to play their cleanest game of the year. I'm serious. Like, this has to be a perfect game. It's like baseball. You're going to have to pitch a perfect game against this team, or they're going to be cooked by halftime. Like, again, this Chiefs defense is a silent killer, right? The Chiefs defense is the real problem of this team. Like, they allow 19.1 points per game. That's it. That's the 8th best in the league. And have been lights out against both run and the pass. They don't rack up a ton of sacks. That's what they don't do. They're not a bunch of sacks or turnovers. They don't need to do that. They're disciplined. They're physical. They smother offenses until they suffocate. They outwork you. They put the pressure on. They might not sack Bryce Young, but they'll put enough pressure on him to make a mistake. So that's what the offensive line has to be. We have to win in the trenches. All right, that's huge. I mean, you got to give Young enough time to do anything productive, and we'll see how this receiver core does going up against a defense that thrives on making teams one-dimensional. All right, so we'll see. The spread is 10.5. The Chiefs have only beaten one team by 10 or more. Interesting. When Edge crashed in on The Undertaker, I was so pissed. I could talk about so many wrestling stories. Oh, man. Let's get into my final prediction. And then, hell, I might even open up. I don't know. I might open up Austin and that Jim Ross voice. Austin. Oh, my God. It's Austin. All right, final score prediction. Like I said, man. I was saying this when I was saying that talking about you guys with you guys yesterday. This is Bryce's legacy game. Like, the Panthers need to protect Bryce Young. Like, their life depends on it. They got to score early or else. Avoid dumb mistakes. Don't let Kelsey wreck you, and pray Mahomes has an off day. Like, what's on the line for Bryce? This isn't, again, I think this isn't just another game for Bryce Young. It's a It's something that it's a referendum on his potential. That's a big word. I'm sorry, I used a big word there. It's a referendum on his potential. A strong showing against one of the league's elite teams. You know what I mean? So guys, also do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It's just the fact that he doesn't necessarily need to win this game. He just needs to prove he can hang with the NFL's best and give a fans a reason to believe he's the Panthers' long-term plan. Again, this is a true underdog story. Let's not kid ourselves. The Panthers are walking into a buzzsaw. Okay. The odds of them pulling off an upset are about as slim as winning the lottery. Okay. With that being said, this game doesn't have to be a total disaster. Okay. If Bryce can show poise, we make a few big plays, avoid catastrophic mistakes, it'll be a step right in their direction, even with a loss. I'm going to say Chiefs 31. I'm going to say Chiefs 31. Panthers. I'm going to say Chiefs 31, Panthers 23. That's what I'm going to say. Final score prediction. I think the Chiefs win. It'll be 31-23. I'm going to go with that. Again, if the Panthers, I think it's still going to be close because all the signs read that this game's going to be close. But I'm going to go 31-23. Neo Shadow Wolf says, well, he's going to have to go Ultra Instinct. I love the reference, man. I love the WWE reference. Now we're pulling out some Dragon Ball Z reference. I'm going to go 31-23. I'm going to go 31-23. I think I said on the NFC South roundtable, it was, and Eric Blair's calling me out right now. I see him in the chat. I think I said it was like going to be like 31-17 or something like that. 34-13 or something like that. I don't remember what I said. I was in my feels on the NFC South roundtable, but I gave myself some time to think about it. That's why I come on here and do my own preview and prediction. I give myself some more time to think about it. I think it's just going to, again, a lot of signs read that this game could be very close. And I think Carolina, if they do some of the things that, there's really only 5 things that I think they need to do. And it's really protect Bryce. If you protect Bryce, you have a chance. Score early and often. Or at least score early. Avoid dumb mistakes. Don't let Kelsey wreck you. Pray Mahomes has an off day. Right? Pray Mahomes has an off day. Because that's what we're going to need. Nah, we need Bryce to go ultra ego like Vegeta. I love it. I love the DB. I love the Dragon Ball Z references. I'm so curious to see Brooks. Also, we had a small pass rush in Germany. I'm curious to see Brooks myself. I don't know how Doug in the chat alluded to earlier that he's going to get a limited pitch count. I don't know how true that is, because based off of Dave Canales' press conference today about Jonathan Brooks, it sounded like he's playing. He's not getting he's full balls to the wall with him. So I don't know. I'm going to go get my niece to come play backup quarterback. Clay, I think it'll be 35-7 Chiefs win. They'll make an example of us after that loss. We'll see. Best prediction gets a Jalen Coker jersey. Nah, man, I've been waiting for y'all to get these live stream likes up, man. It don't take much. It don't take much. Like I said, listen, if we got these live streams up, and I'm not even asking for your money, man. I'm not even asking for your Cash App. I'm not asking for you to become a member. I'm not asking for you to, give me a super chat or anything like that. If we can get these likes up, man. If you get the likes up, we will do, like I said, we get the next live. If we got the next live stream up, we get these next live stream up, man. I'll do Jalen Coker jersey giveaway. If we get another live stream up to 100, I'll do a Jadavion Sanders jersey giveaway. If we get another live stream up to 100 likes, I'll do a Xavier Legette jersey giveaway. And then I'll also, if we get those likes up to 100 likes, like the more we do, I mean, I'm gonna do 2 ticket giveaways. Like, we got to get those likes up, man. That's it. We get these next couple live streams up to 100 likes consistently. We got to start getting these live streams up to 100 likes consistently. We could do a Gamecock jersey. Roadmaster, I'm open to a Gamecock jersey as well. I'm open to some Gamecock jerseys as well. We can do that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the Gamecock jersey. You tired, buddy? CJ, what up?
What's going on, man? You hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good. Hey, chill out.
What's going on, Clay?
Not much, man. Just talking to some ball.
I hear you, man. I'm stuck at the office waiting on somebody to finish some work on the elevator.
Dadgum, man. You're there late.
Yeah, well, I mean, I went in late, so I ain't been here all day. That's a good thing.
I feel that. You want give me give me your thoughts. I thought you guys be going live tonight.
Well, I'm here, so we're gonna go live tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I was talking to Doug earlier. I got a feeling, and I hope I'm right, but I think that we actually have a legit shot. Okay. It might be a long shot, but I think we have a shot. And we were talking earlier, and it's like, okay, so on defense, you got JC out there. So we figure he'll be on DeAndre. Hopefully he travels with DeAndre. All right. But if he locks DeAndre down or severely limits him, great. But then you got the Kelsey problem. And what I was saying about Mike Jackson, I've been saying that all year, that we should have a safety over the top, helping him out on every single play. But you got to think about it.
What's that safety's name, by the way?
Damani Richardson, because he's better than damn near all of them back there right now.
Thank you.
But my thing is this: you got Worthy, you got McCole Hardman, so they have speed, and that's the one thing I don't want them to do is get burnt, by a fast receiver. But the other thing is, like you were saying earlier, if you roll help over to Mike Jackson, then you still got to worry about Kelsey. But I'm hoping that Kelsey has one of his games that he's been having, not recently, but earlier in the season, because I have him on a fantasy team, and he's disappeared several times this season, including last week. So I'm hoping that can be the case again.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm really worried about is Kelsey. Like, I feel like with JC that we're going to be able to shut down DeAndre Hopkins. But the problem is that then you have to think about, like you were saying, the speed. You got Worthy, McCole Hardman. Like, both of those guys they both have breakaway speed to take top off the defense, especially Worthy after what we saw in that draft combine this year. So obvious, but he doesn't seem to be a primary target for Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to be interesting how they handle him, because But the problem is, at the end of the day, is I'm interested to see if Evero will start making adjustments with JC Horn and not keep him on the same side of the field. Like, will he finally start moving him around to the best receiver or the receiver that is cooking us, right? That's the guy that we need to shut down. That's the one that we need to cover. But we haven't seen Evero do that. That's the most alarming thing that I've seen from Evero standpoint, not only from this 3-4 defense, but just the lack of adjustments.
I've seen him do it once, and oddly enough, it was the Steelers game. Good. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. I'm thinking about somebody else. My apologies. Never mind.
No, you're good.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. So it's just interesting to me. It's very interesting to me to see that. And I think it's going to be interesting if Trevin Wallace, because that's the key matchup for me, is because I feel like Trevin Wallace is going to be going one-on-one with Travis Kelce, but I feel like maybe it's not. Maybe Josie Jewell is going to be the guy to go up against Travis Kelce because he was in Denver so long and he knows this Kansas City offense very well. I think that does give us some advantage in there because of him being in Denver and playing them twice a year. So
yeah,
maybe Josie Jewell has some insight. That could be a key piece right there. I don't know. Maybe Evero knows maybe Evero knows how to handle Patrick Mahomes. I don't know how good Evero was in Denver when he played against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's something that I really didn't even think about.
Yeah. But it just seems like with Evero's defense, especially when you're playing a team that plays zone, and they say you find the hole in the zone, but it just seems like the hole in the Panthers zone is always about 20 yards in every direction. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that kills me. Oh, and back to what I was saying before, it was done oddly enough against the Steelers when George Pickens was cooking us, and then they switched Horn over to Pickens, and then Deontay Johnson cooked us for the rest of the game. But that was up under Wilkes and Eric Washington. So we've seen it done before. But will Evero do it? I hope so. I really, really hope so.
I mean, you would think at this point, you would think after the lack of adjustments, which is, again, that has been the most alarming thing to me. The lack of adjustments, and you would think by now we're in week 12 of the season, he would start doing it. I mean, he should have been doing it a long time ago, but you would think that it wouldn't have to get to this point that you're getting cooked on the ground, and then you see Mike Jackson getting even more cooked almost every other play, to say, okay, maybe I need to adjust something here. But I don't know. Part of me thinks it's sometimes I think he lets his pride get in front of him. Like, it's almost like he's almost so prideful of this complex 3-4 defense that he thinks is best thing since sliced bread, that he just won't make the adjustments, and I don't understand why. It's still alarming to me. That's the biggest thing.
Clay, it's got to be pride. It's got to be pride, because I couldn't sit here myself and completely break down this Panthers defense. Okay?
Oh, for sure.
I can't do it. But I will say, and like I said in the chat earlier, if Kansas City gets a field goal or a touchdown, so they get up like 10-0, I promise you, Evero's going into that 4-2-5 or whatever you want to call it, 5 defensive backs, cover whatever, and that's what we're going to be in. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. JC Horn will be playing somewhat press coverage, and then everybody else will be 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. I mean, it's happened damn near every game. Even in the Raiders game, we were up, but it was like when they were driving, if we do get a lead, he's really going into the period. It's almost like I used to say the same thing about John Fox. If we would get a 1-point lead with John Fox, and I swear on everything, he would go into we got a lead. Cool. Prevent defense. Rest of the game, no matter what. We could be 3-0 in the Panthers. Okay, cool. We're going to prevent.
Yep.
He used to do that same crap. It pissed me off all the time.
Mm-hmm. And no, you're absolutely right. Like I remember that now that you bring that up. It's so funny. I love when people can bring up stuff that I just like I totally forgot about, but it's hilarious that you bring that up now. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Again, that's the biggest thing for me on this defense is that like I'm just interested to really see if again. The biggest thing that was so like, and that's the thing with the whole alarm, the lack of adjustments that was so alarming to me. It was like the whole thing to see the biggest thing that I was so frustrated on it, and I will not let this go, is the fact that they put Drake London in the slot, and they had Trevin Wallace going against him one-on-one. That is the one thing that just still grinds my gears to this day. It's just like, how do you allow this to happen? And you just don't make no clear adjustments from then on. So it's just that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Hey, now let me ask you this, Clay. I don't know if you talked about it already, but do you think Jonathan Brooks will have much of an impact on Sunday? Because now I know for a fact my cousin probably feels like he's not going to get much playing time at all. I haven't asked him about it, but that's just what I think he'll say. What you think? Yeah.
Well, the thing is though, like we're getting told that it's balls to the wall. I mean, that's what Dave Canales said, and then what Doug even said in the chat that he might be getting a pitch count. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I guess the only thing I can say is we'll see, but I hope it's. I will say this: I think that Chuba Hubbard's going to be the first second down guy, and I think Jonathan Brooks is going to be the third down back, and that's the way I look at it. Which means he probably won't get as much touches, but he's going to be that guy that they're going to use out of the backfield for, running back, out routes and screen passes, and they're going to use him in that way, which I think, honestly, you need to kind of use these guys almost like how Atlanta should use Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier should be the first and second down back, while Bijan should be that third down back. Really, because Bijan is more explosive out of the backfield and he's a better pass catcher. And that's how Atlanta should be using them. And that's how we should be using Chuba and Jonathan Brooks, in my opinion.
Man, well, I agree, but kind of disagree. Now, Bijan in Atlanta, he's going to be their first and second down back, probably third, but Algiers changed the pace back, short yardage, bigger back. I mean, hell, he absolutely ran over, 90% of our defense on one damn play earlier this season. But the one thing I would love to see with Jonathan Brooks, if he can do, the one thing about Chuba, I like him, but sometimes I feel like if there's a play to be had, where just say he can make a cutback, make one man miss, and potentially take it to the house, he doesn't seem to make those kind of plays. I want to see if Jonathan Brooks can take that. Sometimes I feel like, Chuba goes where the play is supposed to go, and then sometimes I see the replay and I'm yelling at the screen like, crap, there was 30 yards of nobody but one person that way, and he doesn't see it. He's gotten better at it this season, but last year, especially in the Green Bay game, he had a touchdown. If he could have went to the right and made one man miss, I'm hoping that's something that Brooks, can bring in, and I hope that Dave Canales will get creative with the play calling for Brooks in specific situations, and I think most of that will be on third down.
Dougie Fresh, a brother from another mother. What's up?
Willis ain't talking about nothing. Willis over there burning the midnight oil over there. What's up, Willis?
Okay. All right. What up, Mush Mouth?
Shoot, resting up.
Is this how we're gonna start it off tonight, fellas? Is this how we're gonna start tonight?
We've been doing this all day. This is how we talk all day long.
Oh my Lord.
Nah, I just had to come up here and kick it with y'all before I call it a night.
I feel you. I'm having a little nightcap, fellas.
Shoot, I wish. Like I said, I got to hit the road tomorrow, Clay, so I ain't hitting no nightcap. I'm
I
hitting that
feel
good
you.
old bed.
I feel you. I feel you. So, Doug, we were talking about it. You said that he's probably going to get. We're talking about Brooks, because CJ was asking me what I thought about it. So I mean, from my understanding, though, from Dave Canal's press conference, I mean, I guess it wasn't even a press conference; it was more like an interview. It sounded like he said it was they were going to use him more.
I've heard both. I've heard not directly a pitch count, and one thing I do hate whenever we see these tweets or they're coming from our local beat writers. Some people are saying he's going to be on a pitch count. Some people said that with Miles Sanders being out, it'll be a Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks backfield. So for me, I'm just glad we get to able to see the young man. He's finally healthy. Um, One thing, the point that I made earlier is this game is going to be one of the trenches. So, one thing, with two fans, Tony and CJ, him and I talking, Doug, he was worried about the defensive line of the Giants and K Mays starting at center. K Mays held his own. Destin Lawrence, when CJ and I were talking earlier, Destin Lawrence, I think, was he ranked number one, CJ, for interior D lineman? And I think
No,
Chris Jones was three.
Black
Or I got it
Patrick Star
backwards.
was ranked number 2.
Okay, okay. I think that's a good one. Uh, well, we definitely got SpongeBob. We got SpongeBob that'll be holding hands against the line with Patrick on Sunday. So I hope they become friends and it's not enemies. But I do think Kate May surprised a lot of people. I think a lot of people wanted Brady Christensen to be the starting center, but Kate Mays held his own against Destin Lawrence. One stat that people don't understand: Destin Lawrence has 10 sacks by himself as an interior D.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yes.
impressive by an interior D lineman. One thing before Derrick Brown went down, he said, "Hey, I can get all the tackles in the world that I want, but I want sacks. That's
Right.
what makes him relevant." And for a interior D lineman at his size to have 10 sacks, and we have about 5 games left in the season, that is kind of scary. So the trench warfare
Mm-hmm.
is going to be where this game is going to be won or lost at, or be competitive. Can the Carolina offensive line sustain Chris Jones? Everybody doesn't respect him. People think he got overpaid. He set out. Then on the flip side, can Ashawn Robinson and that D line apply pressure against the Chiefs offensive line? Outside pressure is going to be where it is. That interior offensive line average with the center
Brick
and two
wall.
guards is an 87.3. Um, well, I just say at around an 87 PFF grade for their center and two guards. Their outside, their tackles are where it's suspect.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you get most of your pressure at. You're not going to come up the middle. You're going to need aggressiveness off the edges, where you have a DJ Wanham that had a good game against the New York Giants. Ken Clowney, having extra rest, finally have a tag team partner opposite NFL actually, be more productive. So for again, that trench warfare is going to be where this game is really going to be at.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see if Minnesota played Kansas City last year right now while we're talking.
Oh,
Because the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm interested to see what DJ Wanham put up wise in that game.
DJ Warren was hurt too last year, Clay. So
Yeah,
he
I know, but
didn't even play.
I mean, he still had 8
Hey,
sacks.
yeah. Hey, you know what? And let me say this too. If we can get one of our edge rushers to step up on defense and cause a little bit of havoc, we might have a shot. And on the flip side, if if we can if Bryce can continue to get the ball out of his hands quick enough, if Dave Canales can scheme up some plays where, if the deeper options are not available, he has a valid check down. And if
Hey,
he
it
can
was 20.
continue to
My
move
bad.
around in the pocket.
My bad, CJ.
No, you did it on purpose, Doug. You're sorry. I'm used to it.
No, sir. I wouldn't dare do that, sir. No, Clay, I found a score. It was 27-20.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what DJ Wano did in that
He
game
had
because
he had 4 tackles and that's it. Just four
what. All
tackles.
right, so then what did Clowney have when he played him? Because I know Clowney played him last year at least once or twice.
Okay.
Because if we go look at Jadavion Clowney's stats against him last year,
Clowney had
against Kansas City, because he played him twice.
only see once, Clay.
Oh,
That was
they
in the
only played what?
playoffs.
And that was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Oh, that's Kansas City. Same thing.
Clowney got a wingman now, so it might be a different story.
He had 2 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 quarterback hit.
Oh, shit, I need that.
Yeah, that's a hell of a game for the Panthers defense this year from an edge rusher.
I need that. I mean, Ashawn, it's going to be between those three guys. It's going to be between Ashawn. Definitely going to be between DJ and Clowney. I mean, that both of those guys are going to have to, step up. I'm going to need a DJ Wanum game from Munich. I'm going to need a DJ Wanum game from Munich all over again.
Exactly.
I'm going to need it.
And like I said, I know we joked on the Panthers round table, but Shot Tuttle's definitely hit a 180. I don't know what.
Doug, really? Are you having a change of heart over there?
I mean, shit. You already know who gets the slap for me is Mike Jackson. Don't get me started. Like I said, I'm trying to lax and get my body lax, but hey, what you call it? Shot Tuttle has definitely performed better than expected since the Denver game, and if I'm not mistaken, that's a 4-game stretch, or is it maybe 3? It maybe 3 or 4 game stretch, and again, that's why I said the trenches is where this game can be won at. You keep Patrick Mahomes in pocket, which is hard to do. Once he scrambles outside, and if he gets loose, all hell's gonna break loose because we don't know how to tackle. That's the number one thing that fails the Panthers, regardless of whatever, is tackling. And that's one thing you can do. You cannot make Patrick Mahomes be elusive and get outside the pocket. I'm not really worried about Travis Kelce. I've told CJ that seeing him in person, Travis Kelce is not the same Travis Kelce. I know he was like, well, Doug, I got him on fantasy. I'm telling you, Travis Kelce has taken a
Yeah,
step back.
but he's
Well, the
playing
problem
us,
is,
Doug.
listen, man, he misses the black sugar because he's hitting a surfboard now at this point.
I'm done. And I got it. And look, see, I'm surprised CJ chair didn't squeak back because I thought he was gonna fall out. I thought
Yo,
CJ
I
was gonna fall
almost
out the
fell out
chair.
the chair in my
I
office,
knew,
dog. I
I
almost
knew it.
did.
I knew it. That's why I said I didn't hear the chair squeak hard enough, but I thought he was gonna fall out.
Wow.
I got it. Clay got Clay. Like I said, I'll leave that. I'll leave it to
I
Clay.
couldn't contain myself.
No,
Sorry.
no. Because look, like I
Wow.
said, the thing I told CJ earlier, and CJ asked me because he was like, "Doug, you gonna be trapped? You gonna try to tap in?" I said, "I'm gonna try to tap in," but I said the thing that gets me is, and this is not CJ because I joke with him, but I mean he's right. Doug, Mike Jackson's gonna have a safety over the top of him. I do not care. One thing that has hurt the Panthers is speed. And I said, what is Worthy? I said, who on this team can go toe for toe with Worthy? I said, as much as I love JC can't even do it.
No.
Speed is speed. You can't teach speed.
Not what Xavier Worthy has.
But then a lot of people are forgetting Mikael Hartman. Hartman is a reliable target
Yes, he
for.
did mention that too.
So that's what I'm saying is more
Who,
of.
Doug?
Hardman.
No, he's trying to be funny. Really, sir? Do you want me to say the person's name that you couldn't say earlier today?
Yeah, I call him Woonham. Yeah, I guess his name DJ Wanham. I call him Woonham. But no, I was just trying to figure out who Mikael
want
Hardman
him?
was.
I call Xavier Leggett, even though I know it's a Leggett.
Hold on, CJ. You want him? You want him?
Oh,
Doug, we're not gonna go toe for toe with names on Clay Channel tonight, Mr. Temper. Okay.
Like I said, do you want them? You want them?
I'm sorry, Clay. Continue.
Hey, no, I made the brown sugar comment, so you know.
Bruh.
They
Hey, you
taste
gotta
the
clip that
same.
one for sure, Clay.
Hold
Please
up.
make sure you clip that and post it.
Hey, they taste the same, but one is sweeter sometimes.
Oh
Hey,
god dang. Okay. All right.
hey, listen, man. Like, I mean, he's basically selling his soul to the devil, from what I understand.
Oh Lord, Clay.
Just saying.
You know what?
Wearing upside down crosses and all this shit, you know what I mean?
Oh
Oh
god.
Lord. Look, CJ, I can say
Clay gonna have the Swifties coming after him.
Hey, dude, you gonna say the name?
Fuck that cult.
Oh my God.
Because that's
Oh,
all that is a cult. Golly, I can't
Oh
stand
goodness.
the Swifties. I can't stand it. I just can't. Sorry.
Well,
y'all are both
I mean,
terrible.
it's like my wife. My wife is in the Beyonce cult. God Almighty! If I open my mouth and say one sideways thing about Beyonce, I'm damn to have to duck.
No, CJ, I don't know if you can see the chat. Did you see Mad Chatter? It's question.
What is brown sugar? Oh boy, boy, go on and get you some, mad chatter.
Because once you go brown, you don't get, well, the other way around is
Once you go brown, it's going down, dog.
once you go black, you
Oh,
don't go back.
oh man. Oh man. You know what?
See, Clay, man, I apologize, man. That me and Doug always get everybody off topic. I'm
Hold
sorry,
on,
bro.
no, I got one better for you.
Uh-oh.
I even got one better for you. Hold on, let me fix this real quick.
Oh Lord.
I know, CJ, I don't know what because I already know how Clay is. So the anticipation is killing me right now. I don't know what Clay's about to say.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
What?
Gotta hit you with the retard alert, man. Golly.
Look,
I had to hit us with the retard alert.
hey, Mad Chatter.
Oh God.
Look, Mad Chatter, you can't look it up. It's going over your head, but
Yeah, it's
you know,
okay. Gotcha. It's an
it's
inside
Can
joke
I
now.
can I just tell him, Clay?
no, CJ,
Mm-mm.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Let him,
All right.
let him
All right.
find out for himself one day. He'll figure it out.
All right.
no.
He'll go out on the night of a town, and next thing you know,
Look, Mad Chad, if you live in Charlotte, just go off Betty's Ford and LaSalle.
look, look. My ex is hot, bro.
Mr. Hunter's
Wait a
Lord.
minute. Half brown sugar and half kimchi. Oh my God. Yo.
You know what?
No, Matt Chatter, no.
Oh, because Thanksgiving coming.
y'all talk. No, you say y'all talking about yams.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we talking about
Oh,
yams.
it
We
comes with
talking.
it. It comes with it.
We're
yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
yams.
Got your greens, beans, tomatoes, lamb, ham, hog, frog.
Oh God.
Mm.
All right. Yeah.
Well, we were talking about Panthers football, and then we got into Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right
Hey, me
around the
too,
corner.
Mad Chatter. Me too.
I might have to clip all of this and edit something crazy. I'm gonna have to
You
edit
might,
something.
man.
hey,
You just might.
hey, CJ, what's the favorite saying? I gotta go glaze that ham.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. Yep. The buns is in the oven.
My side hurt. Oh
This is Ropp Star Report After Dark.
Oh God, my chest hurt. Ah.
Good
Oh
lord.
God.
Oh, I haven't laughed this hard on my show in a long time. Shit.
All right, Clay. Bring us back around, dog. Bring us back around.
All right. Let me give me. I'm gonna go back to this. Give me your three. Each of you, give me your three. I know we kind of alluded to it, but just give me your three keys for this defense this week. This week, like against the Chiefs. Give me your three keys to victory.
Just the defense.
Just the defense. We'll get into offense next.
Oh, okay. One, there has to be some form of pressure. Okay, whether it is from our edge rushers or some well-timed blitzes from Evero, because he's not known to blitz. But I think if he can get down the distance and be situational with it, we might be okay. And I'm gonna continue to say this. Mike Jack definitely they definitely need to get that man some help. All jokes aside, they really need to make sure if he's covering Worthy or McCole Hardman, then he definitely needs some help.
All right, so you got
Those
pressure holding McCold, Hardman, or Worthy. Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, and I'm sorry, my bad. That one too. And I do think that the Panthers will need to continue their string of a little bit of luck that they've been having. And when I say luck, I look at two of the interceptions we got last year. One doink off of Jadeveon Clowney's head, and then one weird ass interception that I would take anytime we could ever get one like that from Josie Jewell. So a little bit of luck. Make sure they have some coverage help from Mike Jackson, and we got to get some type of pressure, whether it's manufactured or just our edge rushers being able to get past the Chiefs tackles.
Okay. And then Doug, what you got?
Win the line of scrimmage, tackling, and I won't take away our turnovers, because when we do it, everybody doesn't want to hear the excuses. It's a turnover. So win a turnover battle. So those are my three. It'll be line of scrimmage, tackling, and win a turnover battle. Regardless if it is a fluke play or whatever. Whenever we do it on our side of the ball, it could be a fluke play or whatever, everybody's still gonna call it a turnover. So win a turnover battle and limit penalties.
Okay. I like that. I mean, I've already given my three, so people know where I stand, at least for the most part. I mean, I have more than three. Well, no, I have three. I said stop the run, because I think that's just been the biggest thing. Handle Kelsey, and then pray you can contain Mahomes. Not necessarily put pressure on him. Like, I want to see DJ Wanham. Like, I know I want to see Wanham, and I was alluded to that. I want to see Wanham and them get sacks and stuff like that, quarterback hits. But I'd rather just you contain Mahomes than just get 6 sacks, because that guy can get sacked 6 times, but they somehow can still win the damn game. I mean, they just find ways to win, and that's because of Andy Reid. All right, give me your 3 keys to victory for the offense each. CJ, let's start with you again.
Okay, and before we do that, I just want to say welcome to Cornbread in the chat. I think that was just appropriate. Yeah, that's just appropriate after what we've been talking about for the past week. All right, but my 3 keys on offense. No drop passes. Okay, no drop passes. Our interior offensive lineman versus Chris Jones. And number three, Bryce has to be able to connect on some of these deeper passes that he's missed in the previous couple games. Okay, kind of like that play last week where he missed Coker by maybe like a couple yards, and that might have been the play that sealed the game. So I do want to see that that's something that they potentially worked on. Since they had the bye week and whatnot. But yeah, but those would be my 3.
Okay. Doug, what you got for me?
Control the tempo.
Okay.
Meaning I'm looking for almost close to 200 yards rushing. If you get close to 200 yards rushing, that means you're controlling the clock and controlling the game, regardless of the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
No short drives. That also goes into point number 1, where you're not having 3 and outs. If you're controlling the clock, you have 200 rushing yards. That means you're controlling the clock.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the 50-50 balls. Um, it could be on Bryce. It could be on the receivers. When we played the Giants, you saw Bryce was throwing perfect balls. Wide receivers weren't catching them. Bryce would throw a ball, and it was outside the range of a receiver. So that goes both on your quarterback and wide receiver chemistry, being on the same page, and pocket presence. One thing I definitely think our offensive line is the strength of this team on both sides of the ball, and I think if Bryce does have enough time, and like you and CJ have already spoken on, is if we can draw up creative plays for this offense and dig deep into this playbook, we can have a chance. Do we have a chance? Anybody has a chance on any given Sunday, but you can't handicap your offense by being predictable, like you said, Clay.
Yeah. I just haven't liked the play calling lately by Canales. I just really haven't. I think it's been vanilla at best, and I hate that word. I feel like it's like almost saying like Lord Voldemort and Harry Potter. Like it's PTSD all over again with some of the play calling that I'm seeing. Like, do I
Yeah.
think his play calling is a little bit more creative than Frank Wright's was? Absolutely. I'll give him credit where credit's due. We see some two back sets. I like seeing that. We're seeing a lot more trips right, trips left. I'm like seeing that. I'm liking the two tight end sets that I'm starting to see a little bit too when we do have them on the field when Tommy Tremble's available. And then of course, CJ's and Doug's favorite guy, Ian Thomas, is on the field.
Look,
That's fighting words.
That's past the trenches guy right there.
No, hey, look, Tone says that's his cousin, but again, I keep telling everybody, you go back alive, he calls him his cousin, but that's really his long lost brother. I can pull the live up when he said it.
He said the DNA test came back negative.
Yeah.
Hey, but Doug, let me say this though. Do you know that the Panthers had, I think it was like 10 plays in the fourth quarter against the Giants for 23 yards?
Yeah.
And we still won the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and let me ask you this too, Clay. You talking about Canales play calling. Would you agree that it's taken a nosedive since the Cincinnati game?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We had hell of a variety versus the Raiders, versus the Bengals even. But from like the Bears on, just straight.
I'll say it's gotten better in the last two games.
I was gonna say the last two games. See, in that, because you're on a Mac. You got to be on a Mac.
I'm on a Mac.
I forgot clicking buttons.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're on your Mac. I know exactly when you put the peace sign up. Because
I forget that this does the balloons, and then this one does the light show.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yep.
And then if you go like this,
you'll get the bubble thumb. Yeah.
Which is what everybody should be doing that's watching right now, by the way.
Yes, sir. No, I will say this. One thing I think, and Canales has to get out of his own head. Once we get behind the sticks, he just goes very vanilla. And I hate that word, but penalties do hurt our drives.
It does.
And you can tell whenever we're in a rhythm or when we're in a rhythm on offense, everything's running great. But when we get those illegal formations or those false starts, then Canales is like, oh shoot, what do I do to get those 5 yards back? Rather than still being aggressive, still putting your foot on their neck, you go back to that conservative vanilla play calling, and that's where I think fans are getting frustrated with. But that's the reason why those 23 yards show up, CJ, is because if you look at those drives in the fourth quarter, there were penalties and there were drops and there were overthrows. So that to me that goes hand in hand. And again, like I said, for one of my points for the offense is those 50-50 balls. And Bryce throws a little bit high, and the wide receiver can go get it. If Bryce throws the ball and it hits your hands, Jalen Coker and Xavier Leggett that had big drops against the Giants, you have to catch those.
Well, Leggett also had that interception against the Saints, which I mean that would have put if Leggett makes that catch and that drive continues, Bryce has over 200 yards.
That was ball game.
And it's ball game, and Bryce has over 200 yards.
Yeah.
Because everybody always alludes to that. He's not having over 200 yards. He's not doing that. He hasn't had over 200 yards. Sometimes it does. Brock Purdy has won multiple games where he'll go out and he's throwing for 180 yards, but
85. Yep.
but he'll throw 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
The difference, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I'm glad we're on this subject because that's what I was going to ask you guys next. Like, I'm telling you right now. Oh God, Beeville, Jesus.
There you go.
Chat tonight, man. This chat is killing me tonight. Oh my God. Oh man, chat, y'all are killing me. But shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to you guys.
Hey, make sure you spread your gravy on the yams and breasts.
Jeez, Lou.
Can I get to the yams?
You got enough. Shit, that's a 2-week worth of load right there. Anyway,
Clay tried to slip that in.
Oh God!
Oh, my chest hurt. Oh,
my chest be hurting. My chest.
Oh God.
My question to you guys is that since we're on the Bryce subject, and I was talking about I did a live stream last night. It was a short one. It was talking about, is this a legacy game for Bryce Young? And I feel like, and to you guys, and what I'm saying by that is it's not necessarily that he has to win this game. It's more that what I was talking about last night was this is a game for him to really show if he can compete at a different level of the NFL. Like, you're going up against the elite. You're going up against a team that has going for a 3-peat right now. Back-to-back Super Bowl champion. Can he be competitive? Can he be good? And you asked me that in the chat earlier, CJ. Like, does he need to win this game to solidify his legacy? I don't think so. But this is a type of game where he can, if he can elevate to some type of level where he can make no turnovers, make no mistakes, so for over 200, 300 yards, and just make it competitive. Yeah, multiple touchdowns and make it competitive. Even if he loses this game, he gave it his all and proved that his worth. So to you guys, do you think this is a legacy game?
Hey, CJ, can I make this point real quick? And I'll be fast. Clay, you remember you and our good dialogue on Twitter? Whenever you made the point, what is the point that I made when me and you were going back and forth? I mean, it was healthy. Nobody was upset. We were basically both making points. I said, regardless of win or lose or draw, regardless of what Bryce does, and I said this to CJ today, the blame is going to be on Bryce. It's not going to be on coaching. It's going to be on Bryce because of the success of other quarterbacks and what other teams are doing. Again, outside of that, I'm not even going to say the word because I know CJ's over there laughing. Outside of that star out in Houston, every quarterback in these last 2 drafts have wet the bed. Some are actually wetting in more than Bryce Young right now in their first year, and some in their second year. So for me, I look at progression. One thing CJ always asks me, Doug, what are you looking for in the game? He said, if you say the P word, I can't be mad at you because you've been saying that for almost 4 weeks. Progression and growth.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. And that's basically what I'm saying. Like, progression and growth. Like, in that's all I'm asking for is like, but I'm also asking for him to make us competitive.
And if he can, but like you remember I told in the comments that I said, even if he does, it's not gonna be good because we lost.
Oh, it's not gonna be good enough for anyone. No.
So it doesn't matter. Again, Bryce can have his best game of his 2-year career, and it still is gonna be on his shoulders because we lost. CJ, one thing Tony says, and I hate he's not here. He said, as much as we gave our offense grief last year, our defense allowed more points. We can put up points. Our defense couldn't stop anybody, and it's showing again in year 2 underneath Evero. Our defense can't stop anybody. And again, when you have a a team like the Chiefs, the way they lost against the Bills, even Mike K said it after the game. Oh, the Chiefs are coming in pissed off. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows the Chiefs want to get back on the win streak. Everybody already knows they're going against one of the lower teams in the NFL. So I don't believe in trap games. I know the whole thing with Dante Jackson, with the whole trap game thing. Well, Carolina never had a trap game or whatever he said, or we never played against in a
Yeah,
trap
how'd
game.
that fucking work out for you?
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it's more of Bryce staying within himself. We see what he's able to do going after the bye and going against a top tier defense. That's it.
All right. First off, I just want to say, Clay, you're not slick. I saw that. Okay. And but no, I don't think this has to be necessarily a quote unquote legacy game, for Bryce, because like we were just talking about earlier. I think it depends on also if Canales will, let loose with the play calling as well. He's operating. Bryce is operating on what he's given, what's being put out in front of him as far as the play calling is concerned. Like Doug said, we just want him to go out there and just be productive. Like he's saying, also like Doug said, and show growth. Okay. But if it will be good to see if there are chances and there are opportunities that, he may not hit on every one of them, but if there's something there, like make a play on the ball, like, continue to grow and don't be scared to make a throw or try something. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta pull the trigger. It's not always going to end up bad, and every now and then it end up good. I'm talking about NFL terms, not anything else, people like that. So, but yeah, I don't think it necessarily has to be a legacy game. But as long as we go out there and be competitive, and I would say this: you talking about if Bryce loses, I keep saying this as a joke, and I've said it damn near every live this whole season. When we lose, Bryce is playing offense, he's playing defense, he's parking cars, he's serving beer, he's mopping floors. Everything is his fault. Every single thing. Okay. And like Doug was saying about tone and defense, they have been getting a pass, a literal pass all year long. Everybody forget the first drive of the season. Touchdown. Who was it? Chris Olave got past Horn, and I think Fuller was supposed to be back there in coverage.
He got past Fuller.
No. Horn let him go because he thought Fuller was going to have him help over the top, and Fuller was on the other side of the field. Remember?
So CJ, I'm being petty because you know how you want that safety over top on Mike Jackson? That's
Mm-hmm.
That's called assignment football. So yes, it's gonna look like it's on JC Horn, but for the assignment,
I meant the my bad. I didn't mean to put that on JC. I'm sorry. When I say got past, I mean JC thought that he had help over the top. So my bad. If I ain't mean to put that on JC.
Because Jordan Fuller should not see the field at all. Damn, that's bright.
Dang, duh.
My bad.
But
Look. Hold on, real quick. Guess what game I just turned on? I ain't gonna say their name, but that's because I said dang is. I said damn, but dang is bright at that. Arena.
Them dummies in Durham.
Yep. I just turned on.
Okay.
We play at midnight, so I'm trying to take a nap before we play, but I don't know.
Look,
if that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna still be here working, man.
I know.
That's crazy, CJ. But hey, at least you get to hop in. Might as well. I mean, you're just chilling, I guess, at that point. Yeah, but no. Again, like I think it's almost like it is a legacy game for Bryce, but like I'm not gonna hold it to a point where it's like, okay, this is gonna make it break him to be a franchise guy. Again, there's a lot of question marks for me with Bryce right now. But I just need to continue to see progress, like Doug said, and we talked about it on Twitter. He understands he knows where I stand, and basically it's just continue. The word has been progress. The word has been from the beginning of the season progress. So we just want to continue to see that. Whether it becomes the guy or not, we'll see. Also, I want to get you guys' thoughts real quick, and then I'm going to get your final thoughts. What do y'all think about this whole Daniel Jones thing?
BS, and that's all I gotta say. BS,
crazy.
Because it makes no sense to me.
It's desperation by idiotic Panther fans.
I've seen some podcasters, and I've seen some YouTubers, I've seen some TikTokers, and all these social media people, who make content, and they've got out there, and I don't know, I've seen multiple ones, and it's not just a certain one. I've seen multiple of them talk about like that maybe Daniel Jones could be the next Jake Delhomme. I feel like that's disrespectful.
It is
for the next Jake if we're talking about Jake Delhomme. First off, number one. Number two, why are we even wasting our time talking about bringing in a guy that got paid, that lost to us, and then got the released after we beat their ass? Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
None. Absolutely. Yeah. I just think it's crazy for the simple fact that weren't they on Hard Knocks, and they showed them having that conversation about trying to keep Saquon and not wanting him to go to the the Eagles. And then if y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't they debating like keeping Saquon and Daniel Jones and this and the third? That's why I think it's crazy, because I think there's no way in hell he's coming to Carolina. But I just was like, wow. That's it. And they had that conversation, and look at them now. Both of them gone. And where they sitting at with nothing.
So, CJ, me and you talked about it. I told you whenever you were like, Doug, did you see? I said, yeah. I mean, I didn't want to give it any more, content or tweet or sub or what
attention.
Yeah. And to me, it's just okay. I mean, he already lost his job. I mean, whenever I read yesterday, they had him playing scout corner. When you do something like that and you pay this man, and you could have had Saquon Barkley, and what the GM was saying about Saquon and the reason why he paid Daniel Jones, I already knew it was game over. Like they're not going back. They're not going back.
And what's funny now is that Doug, and sorry to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you good. You good.
But what pisses me off is that now they at least, and if I was a Giants fan, I would feel pissed off, because you go out there and you bring in Drew Lock to bring your as your backup guy, and then you bring in the clown show with Tommy Cutlets just to please your fan base, just to sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. This is why I was saying, and I alluded to this earlier in the season, and I think this was almost to the point. I think this was after either the Saints game or this was after the Giants game. I might have alluded to this like after the Giants game. The Jets, the Giants, the Browns might be three worse teams than we are, and the Raiders.
And the Cowboys.
Because here's the reason why we say all those is because they've signed all these players.
These quarterbacks.
Right. You got Cleveland, who signed Deshaun Watson, paid him an assload of money, guaranteed money, by the way. And what did he do for him? You paid Daniel Jones. What did he do for you? You pay, and then in the Jets, you fire your GM, which by the way is a great GM, in my opinion. It's not his fault. It's really the owner's fault there. Which I got a short coming out to talk about that here soon. And then you've got Dallas paying all these players, right? You paid and you still got CD, who's the one still waiting there? CD, who's probably going to end up leaving at this point.
No, it's Michael Parsons.
Oh, is it Michael
Yeah,
Parsons?
Yeah, it's
Parsons.
Parsons.
Yeah, CD
Parsons.
got paid.
Well, then they made the right move with those two. Then I think Parsons a fucking bum in my opinion, but that's just
Yeah.
me. And then the Raiders, but that's out. That's Davis. I mean, that's their owner.
Well, Clay, let's go deeper. Let's go real deeper. And I
Yeah, we
see
can go into more context.
No, I see Red Sworn. I think it's super chat he said where he
Oh
said
shit,
there's
Red
smoke,
Form.
there's
Shout out to
fire.
you, my guy.
But I'm gonna make this point. You got the Saints, you got the Cowboys, you have the Giants, and possibly the Jacksonville Jaguars that are about to be on a rebuild.
Right.
When you look at all those quarterbacks, because again, he is right. Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's not a
He's
good
right.
sign. Whenever you have Daniel Jones, where you could have had Saquon Barkley, now you have the New Orleans Saints fire their coach. The fan base, we try to tell them about Derek Carr. That's another issue. Dak Prescott got paid. Some Cowboy fans wanted Michael Parsons to get paid. Cowboy fans don't like Dak Prescott. Then you have Trevor Lawrence that just got paid, but Trevor Lawrence really has not lived up to all the hype of him being a number one pick. So what it looks like is people, and I'm gonna say Panther Nation thinks we have it bad. No, we're doing it the right way. We're building through the draft. We're not just throwing money out unless you have proven for numerous of years, not just one hit wonders. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that the New York Giants did with Daniel Jones, and that's the reason why we come to this day where it's basically you have a GM that really has hurt this organization. And it really goes back to when they had Dave Gettleman as their GM. Dave Gettleman did the same thing when he was here at Carolina. He had one splash draft, and after that, he wet the bed and everything else. So, I mean,
Dave
for
ain't want
me,
to pay nobody.
who?
Yeah.
Who?
Gentlemen.
Yeah,
Gettleman
Dave
never
that's
paid
what I
Gettleman.
said
anybody.
in both places.
He,
In both
oh,
places.
my bad.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I was just giving how he did it at Carolina, and then he did it again at the Giants. So I mean,
Right.
he didn't learn from his mistakes. He literally left one organization, had a good year, and did the same exact thing he did at Carolina his second year.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like I said, it's just again, I do think some of these teams are gonna just have a dumpster fire sale because again, your cap number's so high, and then you don't have a lot of draft picks. One thing, and CJ's gonna say, Doug, hold on, you only have 9. I really do not think Dan Morgan is done with draft picks.
Oh
That's
no, he's
one
not.
thing. He said that he wants to build through the draft, and I do see the vision where he said this team is going to be built by the draft, and we will get certain free agents to be leaders and have veterans on this team. Other than that, like I said, we're doing it the right way. We're not just throwing money at veterans to come here. We didn't do it with Deontay Johnson. We saw what he was. We saw he was a cancer, and what did we do? We let him go his way.
Yep. Yep. I mean, shit, man. Here's the crazy part, though, is like I just don't understand why the Carolina Panthers fans would even think about this. Like I just
Desperation.
don't get it. I
Desperation.
don't get it.
They
It
hate
doesn't.
Bryce Young, Clay. That it's as simple as that. You got half of this fan base, and I'm gonna say half. That just they hate Bryce no matter what. All right, and then you got the ones that hated him from the jump. Then you got the ones that have been slowly, I like to say, conditioned,
Yeah.
to hate Bryce Young. And the thing is, I'm not saying that when he does stuff wrong, we're not supposed to call it out. Okay, like that's fine and dandy, but a lot of people just hate him, and that's just that's just it. Any little bit of news, any other quarterback, anything, you got certain people out here that are still clamoring to see Jack Plummer, and they think he can come in and outdo Andy and Bryce.
Yeah,
So
and I get all that. I get why people don't like Bryce because they want it because of what we gave up for him. I get all that. Okay. And that's the main reason why. Okay. The main reason why is what we gave up to go get him. Right. You sold your mortgage to go get this guy. Okay. But at the same time, man, if you gave up the mortgage, right, to go, for example, I gave up the mortgage to my house because I wanted to go get, thinking that I was going to be able to, if I sold the mortgage to this house, I was going to be able to get either a bigger property or invest that money somewhere else. Or like in the stock market, for example, right? And it's like, okay, and I take all that money and I invest it into it, and it shits the bed. But it's also, it shits the bed in the first year. But that means, but wait, there's potential that it could skyrocket. It's a long-term investment. So you have to sit on it for a period of time. Does that make sense? So like, why wouldn't I sit there and be like, okay, this shit's gonna hit, and hope that it hits, instead of being like, well, then I'm just gonna pull my money out. And then what if I do pull my money out and then it goes hits and then it hits? That it's almost kind of like that. So I get, I'm trying to create the best analogy to it, but and that might not have been the best one, but you get my point. What I'm getting at. Either way, you can't hate the kid. You don't have to like him. You don't have to believe in him. And I'm one of those people that don't believe in him. Okay. But do I want him to succeed? Do I want him to become the franchise guy because of what we gave up for him? Absolutely. Because that's exactly what I want. Not anything else. Shout out to Red Storm with another $4.99. CJ, do they really hate him, or the fact that he's won 3 out of the 21 games? I mean, it's a fair statement.
All of it.
I think it's all of it for sure. I think it's all of it. I think it's all. Yeah, I think it's all of the above. Shout out to Red Storm, with that $5 donation. Appreciate you. But I have been off on my dang soundboard tonight. I got to be better with that tonight. But no, again, at the end of the day, like you hate him or love him, either way, you got to support him. And I mean, if, like, for example, we know Red Swarm is a huge, Falcons fan. After what they paid Kirk Cousins, and let's say Kirk Cousins comes in here or came in here this year and just shit the bed. Do you not think that maybe, I guarantee you, probably Falcons fans, and Red Swarm being one of them, would be, he might also hate him at the time, but he would also probably hope that he would pan out for how much they paid him.
Okay, let me interrupt real quick. Red Swarm is in fact not a Falcons fan. He is an undercover Carolina Panthers fan, because that's all I see Red is on Carolina Panthers podcast channel. He is definitely not a Falcons fan. And if Kirk Cousins came in here and crapped the bed, I guarantee you Red be like, that's okay, y'all. That's okay. We got the young man on the bench. We got Michael Penix. I ain't got my Red Swarm accent down pat just yet. I'm working on it behind the scenes.
Either way, sounds like Falcons fans are already calling for Michael Penix already. So.
Oh, what's that you read?
Apparently, that was what I was told from the NFC South roundtable. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, my bad, Clay. Continue, sir. My fault.
I have an inside source, ladies and gentlemen. So. Red Swarm goes fake. He pulled the Trump card. He pulled the Trump card on that. He was like, fake news, fake news.
Hey, I gave him the nickname Blue Claw instead of Red Swarm. Now Doug is the one falling out of his chair right now.
Now I'm actually in the bed, man. I'm just laughing, man.
Red Swarm was like, fake news, wrong, fake news.
I'm now, CJ. I'm on mute because I can't stand motherfuckers that play that sorry team and they get scared of them, man.
What are you watching right now, Doug?
Duke in almost cuss. I apologize, Clay. Duke in Arizona.
Yo, you got to remember, Clay. Doug has the attention span of dirt.
Well, I haven't listened. Listen. I have an attention span of a squirrel. Okay,
you know what, CJ?
That's better than dirt, Clay.
You know what? At least I can remember what I did yesterday, mofo.
Hey, if it was some yams involved, I remember too. Oh God! Again, sorry,
What?
Clay. I'm going on mute.
Yeah.
Gotta hit him with the yeah.
Yo,
I had to hit him
No.
with the old. I had to hit him with that, and we gotta hit Mr. Hunky Dory with this. I had to hit him with that. Listen, we have no option at the moment. Then Bryce, there's no decent draft QB. I'm not convinced about Ward or Shador. Your thoughts? Honestly, Mr. Hunky Dory, Shador is my number one quarterback in this draft class. I did my reevaluation recently. I've already been building on my draft board already. I have Shador as number one. I think he's the best draft prospect in this draft class. If we're going to talk about a guy who's going to start right now out the gate, I think Shador is it. I actually think Cam Ward is probably about 8th or 9th on my list. And then after that, I'd have to go look back at my draft board and pull it back up. But yeah, I think. But is there worth anybody on this draft class that I truly believe is a franchise changer? No.
Hey, Clay, I would say this. Living in Texas, when he came from what's that, Trinity? Where did he come from? Trinity, whatever the private school is out here in
Oh,
Texas.
I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember what it is.
It's Trinity something. I can't think of the other
I know
name.
which one it is, though.
So him going to Jackson State, that first year I saw him, because he was at Jackson State for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I would have not said Shador Sanders will be a number one overall pick. I'm just being honest. The growth that you do see in a young man, regardless of the antics that he does off the field, in between plays, touchdowns, he's a ball player. He's a winner. One thing that his dad was, he was a winner. He was flashy with it, and he knew whatever he needed to do to go get the win. I do. There are certain things I am worried about with the NFL when it comes to, when your offensive line doesn't play well, are you going to throw your offensive line underneath the bus? But playing wise, I see it more and more that I think Shador is the best option right now coming out of this year's draft. I do think Cam Ward kind of has taken a step back with closer games with losses in the ACC. And I also think I'm hoping that we will get opportunity to see both of these players in the first year college football playoff where they'll actually play against more top tier talent where we can see both of these players and see what they can give for their team and give more for their stock as well.
Well, here's the thing. I got Shador 1. I'm looking at my draft board now. I just pulled up. I got Shador 1. I got Dylan Gabriel's 2. I got Will Howard as 3. I got Drew Allard as 4.
Will Howard at Kansas State, right?
Will Howard at
K-State.
No, Ohio State.
What's the quarterback's name at Kansas State?
I have to look that boy up.
Isn't his last name Howard?
I think his last name's Howard, but I don't think his first name's Will.
Okay, that was my bad because I had both of them mixed up. Then
Avery Johnson. No, that's Avery Johnson.
My bad.
Yeah. No, Will Howard out of Ohio State, and then I got Drew Allen at Penn State at 4.
Penn State.
I got Quinn Ewers at 5.
Texas.
I got Nussmeier at 6. I got
Where's he from? Where's
Nussmeier's out of LSU.
Okay.
I got Jalen Milroe at 8. I got Cam Ward at 9. I got Jackson Dart at 10. I got Carson Beck at 11.
That's what I was going to ask you, where you got your boy Dart at. Okay.
Here's the thing. A lot of these guys in this draft class, if they're smart, they'll stay another year.
Some of them can't.
Okay. Quinn Ewers can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nussmeier can. I think he's a redshirt junior, if I'm not mistaken.
Dart can't. This is it for Dart.
Well, then he might be a project guy, but I think he's got the R talent. But here's the thing. There's a guy that's on my team right now in the University of South Carolina, and I've seen the growth lately. I'm telling you right now, Lenoris Sellers will be a stud in the NFL. I think he's going to be, if he plays another year this year, if he plays another year and stays another year in South Carolina, he'll be a first-round pick.
All right, good night, everyone.
I'm telling you right now. You
You
don't
you had
believe
you
me.
had you had you had to bring South Carolina in it. You had to find a way with two Tar Heels up here. You had to find a way.
Hey, but Doug, hey, we ain't got no dog in this fight because ain't no quarterback from Carolina sniffing the CFL. We have to fight the NFL.
You already know, yeah.
You
But
know
but
I'm right,
but
Doug. Just let Clay have this one.
I'm telling you, Sellers is going to be a stud. He might be.
no, look, no, I'm not gonna let Clay have that because he need to talk about that. Sorry, whatever. What are they? CCU?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we beat Arizona? Have we beaten Arkansas State like every fucking year? Oh,
Oh, here we
Uh
go.
oh.
Okay.
Challenge.
But Clay, don't worry. I'll be home. I'll be home Monday. I'll pull my rings. I want you to go live. I got three of them bad boys at the house. I'm gonna pull them right out for you. I got three of them sitting right at the crib. Wait, I promise you that's the first thing I'm gonna look for when I get home.
Ring pops.
Don't worry about it. Huh? There ain't no damn ring pops. Yo, sorry ass school couldn't even see a damn conference championship. So you might want to. You definitely don't have a dog in this fight, sir.
did you go put him in that 50 cent quarter machine and just when you twist it and they popped out?
Like I
Got the claw
said,
machine.
look, Clay, I'm off of you. I'm on CJ sorry ass school that want to say something. They haven't even won a conference title and never will see a conference title or make a damn bowl game.
Oh, you talking about Charlotte?
You almost made me call you a word. Ain't that the damn school you went to?
Yeah, but we got a football team like 3 hours ago, Doug.
Okay, like I said, it sounds like Panther fans. Whenever there's excuses.
Listen,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
let
okay.
me
Yeah.
have. Listen, let me have Sellers for love of God. Just let me have it.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
want. That's the reason
That's Doug
I was
over there
keeping.
hating Clay.
I know. I was. Clay knows I can't stand talking freaking. Go ahead, Clay. Go ahead. This is the rapper. This is not the Panthers roundtable. Go ahead.
You talking
You
about
got it.
that? You talking about the Coastal and Arkansas State? You don't like talking about that?
Oh, we can talk about that. We
Oh,
can
okay.
definitely talk about
Well,
that.
which one do you not like talking about?
Coach, like I said, Coastal can't say shit to me. I have three rings, three back to back, for winning the Sun Belt.
Okay, but which one do you
I
not
was
like talking
gone.
about?
We were gone. So whatever happened afterwards, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, but which one do you not like talking
Oh,
about?
hold on. You had
Oh,
three back to backs while you were there.
Coastal, yes. Now Clay knows this. Before Coastal Carolina, seriously, before Coastal Carolina came in the Sun Belt, Arkansas State ran the Sun Belt.
And then
We have
Coastal just came in and just
Yeah, and then
slapped them
Coastal
across
did
their
come
feet.
in. Coastal did come in, and like reason why me and Clay laugh about it because when they came in, I graduated.
Yeah, they did.
So,
Yeah.
so that's the reason why we laugh at it. Like, I mean, we literally just be giving each other fits about it, but both of our teams and both of our schools dominate the Sun Belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why we joke about it. But like I told him, when I was there, we were conference champs and went to bowl games 3 out of 4 years. But
Yep.
whenever they came in, they just took and wreaked havoc on the Sun Belt with everybody, and everybody being at full strength.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what you're
So
saying is you're the reason for the season when it was
I didn't say that.
Arkansas
No,
State, right?
no, no. What I'm saying is that's when we lost coaches and then recruiting went down.
Okay. I was just trying to get that clarity. My bad.
Because I will say this, one player, and I actually he retired from football, but McCall, I was able to see him in person, and me and Clay talked about it. He was a dog at freaking Coastal.
He should have never left.
He should have never left.
He should
When
have
I
never
say
left.
he was a dog, he was a dog. Like he came in as a freshman
Where did he
and
transfer
won
to?
He
NC
transferred to
State.
NC State, and
He
then
transferred to NC State, and then he retired. He had a concussion. And he retired.
That's
he got
right.
hit,
Okay, gotcha.
he got hit so bad
Yeah.
that it forced him to retire.
Poor
Yep.
fella.
Yeah. So like I said, I mean, for me, he came in as a freshman and won the ACC. I mean, I gotta say the ACC won the Sun Belt as a freshman.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, like I said, man, like I said, I hate it for Coastal, but I do think both teams. I actually like. I think I saw. I think I played App State. I think that's the game I did see when y'all played on TV and I watched that game. And then,
Hey, Clay. Hold on, Dom, let me interrupt. Somebody in the chat said I didn't know Carolina fans still existed. So it's good to see.
I mean,
Of course,
Miami ain't doing too well either. Why? I mean, I wouldn't be gloating that we have all this talent on the Miami Dolphins and we're not doing anything either.
Yeah, I know. It's a Dolphins fan. He knows. I know him. I've seen him before over in Tony's channel, so it's all good. TD Fins Talk.
Gotcha.
I've seen him over there at TD's Fins Talk. TD's the man, by the way. If y'all ever get to
Yes,
talk,
sir.
if you ever get to talk to Tony Dow, he's the man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, never mind. He said he's not trying to be me. Okay, all right, we got you. We got you.
But no, just let me have sellers, okay? Just let me.
I'm going on mute, Clay. Go ahead.
No, I
Clay.
need your opinion. I need your opinion here.
I love the team. Outside of the whole team is dogs. Like that tight end you guys have, I like him. I do think he will be possibly top 5 right now. Right now, before
You're talking
the
about
draft even.
You're talking about Nixon.
I think so. I think that's the tight end. And then the wide receivers, the D line. Now I'll say this: everybody wants us to draft one of you guys D linemen. I want the guy from Penn State, but South Carolina's defensive lineman is not bad at all.
Kyle Kennard's a stud.
Yeah.
Kyle Kennard's a stud. Like you can get him I've seen mock drafts. You can get him in the second round. I mean, him and TJ Sanders, the defensive lineman, who's actually could be a true nose tackle, probably is going to be a second round pick. Dylan Stewart's got another year. If we go with a safety, South Carolina's got a good one. Nick Awaniu. Absolute stud. He might be a first round pick at this point. And then, but with the defensive line though has been top 5 all season.
Right.
Again, I'll say this for people that don't realize with South Carolina, if you don't watch them enough, Carolina should have beat LSU. They should have beat them because Sellers got injured, and then the referees gave LSU that game.
Alabama game. Sellers was just young.
Alabama, you had chances to close them out. You went toe to toe with them, and then you got blown out by Ole Miss. Other than that, the only game that they should have lost on their schedule is Ole Miss. Other than that, they've beaten everybody else, and they've consistently beaten everybody else. And I beat them on the the way they've been beating everybody is because of the trenches, and of course Raheem Sanders as well is going to absolute stud. So that's all I got to say about South Carolina. But that's another story for another day.
Hey, CJ, the only thing we got is Armir Hampton. That's all.
Oh, dude, that guy's a fucking dog.
Who?
Marion Hampton.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad you fixed that.
He's a dog.
That's
the running back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like our whole offense just about.
That dude's a dog. And don't y'all have a good defensive end though coming? Or a linebacker?
Ritzy.
Yeah.
It's Ritzy.
Yeah. Power Eccles.
No, Ritzy. He's talking about Ritzy.
I'm talking about Richie.
Oh.
Yeah, he's talking about
Ritzy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Ritzy. It's Ritzy.
Ritzy? Yeah, he's nasty. So, but CJ, before we get out of here, I've been live for 2.5 hours. And Doug, give me your final score predictions for the Kansas City Chiefs game. Of course, that's what we're talking about now.
Hey, I'm going on leap of faith this week. Panthers 31, Chiefs 27.
Wow. He's pulling the upset. You're gonna put your money on it?
Hell no.
Okay.
I said hope, not stupid.
I'm stupid, but I ain't dumb. All right, Doug, what you got for me?
My heart says 27-20 Panthers, but my head is saying 27-20 Chiefs. I'm gonna keep the score.
You're flip-flopping over there.
No, I'm gonna go with my head 27-20 because my heart will lie to me sometimes. So like I said, 27-20 Chiefs. But I won't be surprised if that score is that score, but the Panthers come out with a W.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna stick with mine 31-23. Chiefs.
That's still a 1-score game.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick it to a 31-23.
CJ, what was yours?
31-27 Panthers.
It's still a one-score game too. Okay.
Would that be the second most points we've scored this season too, wouldn't it, CJ?
Besides the Raider game,
The
I believe.
Raiders game, right?
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think we've cracked 30 all year.
Wow. Miami fans saying the 27-20 over there. Faint start. He's picking us to win.
That's what I said. 20.
All
I
right.
love 27-20.
All right. Okay. I see that.
Bet.
I see it. Neo Shadow says 35-17. That's awesome.
God dang.
I mean, listen,
It
listen,
can happen.
It can
I think
happen. I hope it don't.
it's either gonna be really close or it's gonna be blown out. It's gonna be one or the other. Like I don't see an in between for the Chiefs. Like if Carolina wins, I can see the 27-20, but that's about it. Like I don't see it being any more than that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a 2-score game. Well, in our favor at least. Yeah.
I'd take that score right there, 27-16, but I'd like to be a little bit higher. I'd like to be the 27-20. I'd like to score more than again, the only thing is that I don't know if y'all heard me say this, but the Chiefs, man, they only allow 8.1 points per game in the second half.
Hey, Clay, hold on. Ban Red, Uncle Red. Now you real disrespectful. You real disrespectful now.
I like Red Swarm. I'm not gonna ban him. I like Red Swarm.
Well,
What'd he
needs to
say?
be put in timeout.
Oh,
He
God,
said
never
3 to
mind.
17.
That's that blue claw right there. He ain't red no more. That's blue claw.
Oh, this is a Miami fan. He wants us to beat them, which makes sense. I see why that would make sense.
Hey, Clay,
Except I don't know.
put it like this. Hey, if the Raiders can put up 20 on the Chiefs, I know that they barely beat the Broncos. The Broncos got 14 on them. Let me see. It's somebody else. Hell, even if sorry Falcons put up 17, we get 20 out of it, we'd be all right. Sorry, Red. Not sorry.
Oh man, that's too funny. All right, fellas. Well, I appreciate y'all joining. We're gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I did link 2 fans in the stand in this chat. By the way, I also linked Doug in this chat as well. So make sure y'all go like and subscribe to their channels. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. And as always, guys, y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Keep pounding. Peace.